Hello again, this is Sam and we are continuing on with our e-commerce dashboard here. So in this one, we want to create this action bar. But before we begin, I just want to show you real quick, like if I run this. If you run this, you'll notice that my icons are a little different. Like the ones we had before didn't really look that good. So I contacted the guy who made this and they told me the exact icons they used. Alright, so I downloaded those and I simply replaced them. So now you see how they look okay instead of being squiggly and stuff. So I downloaded those and I replaced them. So that's all I did. I didn't change anything on the code. I just changed basically the icon images like these. You see this time they're smaller than before, right? And I also changed the colors of the icons as well. So we'll find these on the latest link on the GitHub. You should have the new icons now. So basically, this is how easy it's going to be for you to change the different icons. You don't change anything on the code, just change the icon images themselves, but just keep the name as it is, and that should be it. All right. So the other thing I want to change is I looked at this and you notice how this icon is close to this instead of being at the start of the whole toggle button. So that's what we're going to change really quickly before we proceed with any of this stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to close that, and to change that we need to go back to our nav tab here, and how I figure I'm going to do this is alright, I'm going to just manipulate the padding. So if you look at it, there's padding everywhere else except on the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're just basically going to copy this padding 4 times, and this is, remember, left, top, right, bottom. So on the right I don't want any padding whatsoever, and I'll just leave the rest as it is. Alright, and then since I've taken 14 from this, I'm just going to take that 14 and give it to the left. So the left now will become 28. So now let's run this and see. Boo. Alright, so it shifted, but it's a little too close, and we can simply fix that by simply adding spacing to the parent widget. So I'm just going to add spacing and let's just give it 4. Yep, 4 should do. Alright, so yeah, looking good now. Now the other thing is I noticed that on the design there isn't much padding there. Alright, and on our end we added this padding. So let's remove that so that this stretches to that end. Alright, so just going to remove that, and the padding, where did we add the padding? It's definitely not there. So it's should be here. Should be somewhere here. No, it's right there. So let's remove that padding, but I have a feeling we need it here. So instead of just removing it, let's just move it to there. Alright, and what we're going to do is, actually let's just leave it like that for now, and we're just going to deal with the padding ourselves. So alright, looking pretty good if I say so myself. And now this isn't stretching to that side. Alright, so let's fix that real quick. So we added the padding to this, right? But let's see why it's not stretching to the end of that, because there's no padding here. Alright, and spacing, yep, that's cool. Let's go back to here, and where is it? This one. Let's just remove 1 instead of the full 8. Alright, and this should stretch it to the end like that. Alright, so our dash is now finally looking pretty good. So let's move on to this guy. Alright, so let's just close that, and now let me see real quick if we need spacing. Alright, we're not going to add spacing. Let's just add this color right here. All right, so let's go back, and we're done with you. We are not interested in that. Ooh, aren't we though? What we want is, yep, this is the screen that we're working with. So let's change that color to F2, F2, F2. Hope F2, F2, F2 works. So let's remove this color for the action bar, and let's just test it out. And yeah, I think we can work with this. So let's just stick with that. And actually, let me just reduce this so that it looks like the design. Okay, so now let's deal with the action bar. Okay, so first things first, what we are going to do is let's just add padding to the left, and we're going to add 16. 16 should be good. And what's the first thing in there? These two. Alright, so these are just two labels, so we're just going to create a box layout that covers about 70% of the width. Alright, so pretty simple. Let's go ahead and where's the action bar? Right there. Alright, let's create a box layout here, and this box layout is going to cover 70% of the width. Consecutively, the other one is just going to cover 30%. Alright, and now all we need are two text fields. So text, and the text is good morning. So obviously on a real app you want to make sure it's actually morning. So good morning. And yeah, let's make it dynamic a bit. So let's just say that, and then we are going to say root dot username, like that. And then all we can do is up here, we can, since we have the string property, we can just say username. So when you make this an actual app, you are simply going to need to update this variable whenever a user logs in, and yeah, that will be it. So I'll just put myself in there, and that should be done. So font size, important, and this is going to app.fonts dot, let's put it at h1, the largest, and font name app.fonts dot heading, since this is going to be super bold, and then size in y, let's make it cover 0.6, and then duplicate that, make that 0.4, and the size for this 0.5. Should be pretty small. Let's make it 6, and yeah, let's just make this body text. Is it? Let's make it a subheading, like that. Alright, and what does it say? Just says the date. So yep, Friday 20 March apparently 2022. Alright, so that one should be done. The next one is these guys. Okay, so looking at this, we need to change the color. So color is equal to app.colors dot what's that color? We don't have it. Okay, secondary. Let's just use secondary because you know I like it. So app.colors.secondary, and then I think we should actually just add the gray here. Like, let's add the grays. So C4, 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 F2, 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 and this is gray dark, gray light, and yeah, let's just add our black. So I don't like to use like actual black, so this is going to be our black, and that's our white. Okay, so now we should be good. So here we can take this color, and instead of secondary, let's make it gray, dark, like that. All right, let's run this, see what we have so far. And no, we have a problem, and the problem is app.fonts.size. I keep forgetting that. Size dot size. All right, cool. Run that, and error again. Jesus. What is it? Label file Friday 20 March .tdf now found. Interesting. What did we do? Good morning. Ooh, sorry about that. That is actually not supposed to be there. This is supposed to be here. How did I mess that one up? Pretty interesting. So anyway, remove that. Subheading, run that, and boom. Good morning, Sam. Friday what, but we messed up the orientation. So this is, if you haven't figured it out already, orientation vertical, just like that, and we should have something we can work with now. Good morning, Samuel M. It's pretty big. Friday 20 March. I think the height of this is too big, so I'm just going to take this moment to reduce it. Let's check this out again. Now that's looking pretty good, but let's just check. Good morning, Jake Davis. Yeah, this is too big. So instead of H1, let's go with H2 until we get what we want. Good morning. Yep, looking good. I love it. So now we move on to actually no, I'm going to reduce this even further. Yep, that looks good. Now we are going to go to these two. All right, so you'll notice that these guys have shadows in there, and I already have made a widget for you to deal with shadows. This shadow right there. All right, and the shadow widget is this one, shadow box. So let's just copy it, go to main.py at the top, and let's just import this shadow from widgets.shadow. Yep, and import shadow box. Okay, so we can now go back. Jesus, let me just close this out. Alright, actually let's just close this whole thing out and close that out as well, and we are done with this. So now we come here. Now look at this, we have 1 2 3, and I'm not sure if this has a shadow, but you know what, we'll just give it a shadow. Okay, so 1 2 3 should be good. Let's just go here, and let me just add a widget, like a dummy widget there. Let's add a shadow box. Let's add a radius. This shadow box has a radius property that defines the roundness of this. So I'm just going to say self.height for the radius to make sure that it's always the same radius across different screens. And then size hint x is going to be none. And then height is going to be, not height, but width is going to be self.height to make sure that this remains a square no matter what. So next is the spacing. This should be dp8, no padding whatsoever. Let's just duplicate this 3 times, not 4. Alright, and let's see what we have so far. Alright, we've got that, and it is too big. So what we want to do is pad. Should we pad this? Yep, why not? So let's pad this. Left, right, let's make it 12. And yeah, 12. Or actually, I don't think padding it is. is going to work for this one. Like, it's going to work, but I don't like it at all, because sometimes some things shouldn't change with screens, especially something like this. Alright, so what we're going to do is, instead of doing this size hints, what we're simply going to do is make it dp42 by 42. Alright, and this is actually the wrong thing. This is supposed to be none, and that is the actual size. Alright, so let's leave it as it is and see. Alright, I'd say it's looking pretty good, if I say so myself. So let's just copy this 2 times, check it out, and yeah, looking good. Let's just check the spacing real quick, and the spacing is looking pretty awesome. So main.py, I want to change the color a bit. Actually, let's just stick with our theme. Alright, so app.colors.gray light, like that. So now I'm going to change the color here instead and make it F5. I like F5. Alright, looking good. So now we just add the icons in there, and that will be that. So for the icons, we have I believe it's just 2 search and notifications. So assets, icons. Do we have search in here? Pretty sure we do, right there. Search and notif, I believe, right? So let's add that icon real quick. So go here. Let's just, we're actually just going to use an icon button. So let's add that padding in there. Padding of 8. Let's use an icon button. Let's give it the source. And the first one is search. So let's take that, copy relative path, paste it in there, and everything should be good, hopefully. So boom, and this should be notif, and boom. Alright, looks hideous, but it's getting there. Alright, so we actually have it on the wrong item, so this should be there and you should be up there. So padding, let's make it 10. Copy this to there, and we should have something that looks good. Alright, so the only thing we have that's wrong with this is the color. Okay, so the color is messed up. So I'm actually not going to deal with the color right now because this is a PNG file. So now I have to convert it again, because I actually have the icons as SVG, if I can find them really quickly. So these are the icons, the further icons. So I see chart active, notification, this one. Actually, let me just convert it real quick, because this is supposed to be black. So 0 0 0. Alright, if we save that, SVG should be black now, and the notification icon as well. So 0 0 0. Save that, and yeah, let me see if I can convert it real quick. So I convert these with Python 3. Alright, so import Cairo. Did I not import Cairo? Oh shit. Alright, let me activate the environment for it. So repo Kivy and vn and global bean activate Python 3, import Cairo, and Cairo to SVG, and URL is equal to IC notif active dot svg output path is equal to IC notif active. Actually, let's just put it itnotif.png Cairo to svg, import Cairo svg. Cairo svg dot svg to png. That's the one. Go to output. What is it called? Sorry, I can't remember what it's actually called. So I'm just going to consult the manual real quick. Output, or write to, not output path. It's actually supposed to be write to. So write underscore to, and then output width is equal to 24. Output height is equal to 24 as well. All right, we have that one. So let's also convert the other one, which is search. So search, I believe the one I changed was search active. Yep. So search active, convert that one as well. So notif search, let's copy those, paste them here. Yep, overwrite, definitely. Let's go back, and I see search and notification. If we run this now, they should be black. All right, awesome. Now we need the avatar. So for the avatar, we're going to create this pretty simply by going to just saying widget, and then canvas.before, and the color of this is going to be RGB, a value of 111, and then we're going to make an ellipse with the position equal to self dot pose, the size equal to self dot size, the source of this equal to root dot avatar, just call it avatar like that, and then on our root we are going to make an avatar property, avatar like that, and we're just going to go to images, avatar, copy relative path, and paste it here as the default value. Run this, and we should have an avatar now right there. Awesome. So that basically does it for this one. In the next one, we are going to create probably this top part and this bottom part as well. No, actually we're just going to create this top part only. All right, because I want to make sure like you get all the components you want. So next time if you want to reference matplotlib, you just go to that part. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you supporting this channel. So please like and subscribe, and obviously if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.